Good morning, students. In the last two lectures, okay, in the lecture number 2, we saw the impulse turbine, that is the Pelton wheel turbine, okay, which used only the kinetic energy of the flowing water. In the last lecture, that is the third lecture, we saw the first example of reaction turbine, which was the Francis turbine. Now, Francis turbine was a mixed type of turbine. It used reaction force as well as impulse force, that is it utilized both kinetic energy and pressure energy. Okay, now this is the second. In this lecture we are going to see the second type of reaction turbine, that is the Kaplan turbine. Okay, now Kaplan turbine is also known as axial flow reaction turbine. So first we will see what is an axial flow reaction turbine. Okay, now it is seen that as the specific speed increases, okay, as the generally if the speed increases, the flow stops to be radial and it tends to be more axial. Okay, even a radial flow, if the speed is increased, it tends to be more axial. Okay, now if water flows parallel to the axis of the rotation of the shaft, the turbine is known as axial flow turbine. Okay, here diagram is given. Okay, this is the shaft, this is the vertical drive shaft. Okay, if the water flows axially, okay, or parallelly to this shaft, it is known as a axial flow turbine. Okay, now the shaft of an axial flow reaction turbine is vertical, as we have seen in the diagram. Okay, the lower end of the shaft is made larger, which is known as hub. Okay, now this part here, this part of the shaft is made larger, which is known as the hub. Okay, the vanes are fixed on the hub and it acts as runner for axial flow reaction turbine. Okay, now these vanes which are attached on the hub, they are the runners. We have seen runners in the Francis turbine. These are the runners of the Kaplan turbine. Okay, which will rotate the shaft to produce electricity. Okay, in these turbines, that is the axial flow turbines, all parts such as spiral casing, stay vanes, guide vanes, control vanes and draft tube are similar to the mixed flow turbines in design. Okay, what is mixed flow turbine? It is nothing but the Francis turbine. If we say moving forward, if we hear the word mixed flow turbine, it means nothing but the Francis turbine. Okay, keep that in mind. So, in this axial flow reaction turbine, all parts such as spiral casing, guide vanes, control vanes, draft tube are similar to the mixed flow turbines in design. Okay, but the water enters the runner in an axial direction, and during the process of energy transfer, it travels across the blade passage in axial direction and leaves axially. That means in the mixed flow turbine, that means the Francis turbine, what used to happen is the water entered radially and it left axially. Okay, but in an axial flow reaction turbine, the water will enter axially and it will leave axially. So it is a total axial flow reaction turbine. Okay, now in an axial flow turbine, the number of blades are fewer and hence the loading on the blade is larger. Okay, as compared to the Francis turbine, mixed flow turbine, the number of blades on the axial flow turbine are fewer. We saw in the Francis turbine, the number of blades was between 16 to 24. Okay. Now, in this case, in the axial flow turbine, the number of blades is very less. That is from 4 to 6. Okay. Hence, the load which will be applied on a single blade will be larger in this case. Okay. Now, the load which was falling on the Francis turbine was distributed among all the 16 to 24 blades. In this case, all the load will be distributed among only 4 to 6 blades. Okay. Now, smaller contact area, less number of blades, that means smaller contact area. It causes less frictional loss compared to the mixed flow turbine, that is Francis turbine. But the peripheral speed of the turbine is very large. Okay. axial flow rotors do not have a rim at the outer end like the Francis rotors, but the blade are enclosed in a cylindrical casing. Okay, Francis turbines, okay, they have a rim at the outer end, but not the axial flow reaction turbine. Okay, now in the axial flow reaction turbine, we'll see specifically the Kaplan turbine. Okay, now this is the Kaplan turbine. Here the water will enter axially and it will leave axially. Okay, now this is the hub. Okay, this part is the hub. Okay, and above it is the shaft. So the lower end of the shaft has a bigger end which is known as the hub, and on that hub a number of blades are attached which are known as the runner blades. Okay, so we'll see the working, how it works. Okay, now you can see in this diagram the shaft is vertical. Okay, and the flow is axial. Now we'll see about the Kaplan turbine in detail. The Kaplan turbine has a purely axial flow. Usually it has 4 to 6 blades having no outside rim. Okay, we have discussed this in the last slides. The Kaplan turbine, it is purely axial. Okay, water enters axially and leaves axially. Okay, it has less number of blades, that is 4 to 6 blades, and they do not have an outside rim. Okay, the Kaplan turbine behave like a propeller turbine at full load condition. Okay, now if you see this, if you see this assembly, it is same as that of a propeller of a submarine or an aeroplane or a ship. Okay, this assembly is same as that of a propeller, so it can also be known as propeller turbine. Okay, Kaplan turbine behaves like a propeller turbine at full load condition, that means at high electricity demand. Okay, now the scroll casing, guide mechanism and draft tubes are similar to that in the Francis turbine that we have seen, that we know. The shape of runner blades is different from that of Francis turbine, and the blade of Kaplan turbine are made of stainless steel. Okay, now the Francis turbine runner blade shape is different and the Kaplan turbine runner blade shape is different. Okay, now Kaplan turbine, like every propeller turbine, is a high speed turbine and is used for smaller head. Okay, that means, okay, now as we know, impulse turbine, for if you remember the Pelton wheel turbine or the impulse turbine, it was used for high head and low discharge. Okay, now the reaction Francis reaction turbine, it was used for medium discharge and medium head. Okay, now the Kaplan turbine or the axial flow reaction turbine, okay, it is a high speed turbine, so it is used for smaller heads and higher discharges. Okay, that means the water in the reservoir from which the Kaplan turbine is going to take water, the water will enter with a very high discharge in the turbine. Okay, and the head or the height of the water reservoir will be very less. Okay, from the Kaplan turbine level. Okay, so this is nothing but the Kaplan turbine. Okay, uh, we will see the video.
Kaplan turbines are suitable for power.
This is a Kaplan turbine. It is used for low head, that is 2 to 25 meter just, and high flow, that is high discharges 70 to 800 meter cube per second. Okay, now this is the, if you see, this is the shaft to which a generator will be connected which will generate electricity. Okay, what will happen if we see from a top angle? Okay, this is a spiral casing which is similar to that of Francis turbine. Water will enter the spiral casing. At the beginning or at the inlet, the area of the spiral casing is maximum, and at the outlet, at this section, the area will be minimum. Okay, area will be minimum, almost equal to 0. Now the water will enter this spiral casing, and now it will enter these guide vanes. These are the guide vanes. Okay, these are the guide vanes. Now it is going to enter these guide vanes not radially but axially. You can see here. Okay, see, it is entering axially. Okay, it is entering in a straight line from different guide vanes. Okay, and it will leave, the water flow will leave the shaft, will leave the assembly parallel to the axis of the shaft. Okay, it will leave, or it will leave the assembly turbine assembly parallel to the axis of the shaft. This is the shaft. Okay, now we'll see the shaft in detail. Okay, now this is the shaft. The lower end of the shaft, okay, it is larger in area and it is known as the hub. Over the hub, a number of runner blades are attached. Okay, the number of runner blades in case of Kaplan turbine, it is 4 to 6. Okay, now the shape of these runner blades is different as from that of the runner blades used in the Francis turbine. Okay, now what happens, as the water is falling in a downward direction parallel to the axis of the shaft, what happens, uh, there is a lift force created, same as that in the wing of a aircraft or an aeroplane. Okay, similar to that, a lift force is created on these runner blades due to difference in pressure. Okay, and due to which, what happens, the blades start to rotate. Okay, and when the blades rotate, the shaft rotates, which will produce electricity. Okay, this is an axial flow machine. Okay, it is encased, these are the guide vanes which will guide the water to the runner. Okay, so this was about the Kaplan turbine. Okay, we have seen up till now impulse turbine. In the impulse turbine we have seen Pelton wheel turbine. Then next we have seen reaction turbine. In reaction turbine we have seen two types. One is the mixed flow turbine, that is Francis turbine, and the second is the axial flow reaction turbine, which is the Kaplan turbine. In the next lecture we will see the differences between all the three types of turbines. Okay. Thank you.